And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 13th, and today is National Prosecco Day. Yum.
Yeah, that surprised me because that's not really an American drink, but it's okay.
But it's still Prosecco Day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all about it after you tell Suzanne.
Yes, okay, but that's okay. Prosecco with a little sweet for me, but I like it, great for as a dessert.
Yes, it could be.
Sparkling wine, yeah. All right, Stuart Spencer from Advanced Ear Care is going to stop by. In fact, he is here already. We're going to talk about, a few different things, but one of the things is a type of hearing aid that really has a lot of technology behind it. It can help you more than just with your hearing. It's really interesting. Newport Harbor Orchid Society is having their summer event coming up this weekend, so Joe Rupp is here, and he brought by some beautiful flowers, some orchids and all, and we'll tell you all about that. And the Village Square Dance Club. The square dancers are here. Pat Hensley is going to tell you all about that. Now, I think they're going to have classes coming up soon, and you'll learn all about that if you ever wanted to square dance. And Mary Zolli and Charlie Huntsman will be here from the Theater Guild. They have an event coming up soon as well.
All right, we have one meeting today, and that's the United Board meeting, and that'll be in the boardroom at 9:30, and that will immediately follow our newscast this morning at 9:30. Okay, so as we bask in the warmth of the resounding rays of summer, in which Ken will be telling you about in just a bit, the day encourages people across the U.S. to embrace life's celebrations with National Prosecco Day. A sparkling wine, Prosecco is made from a variety of grapes. One of the oldest is Glera. However, Prosecco can also be made from Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, and Pinot Noir, primarily grown and bottled in the Veneto region of Italy. Prosecco's draw is its elegant mousse. In wine speak, the mousse is the lovely, persistent bubbles. These bubbles give Prosecco the sparkle that makes it so appealing for celebrations. Along with that touch of sweetness and light-bodied, refreshing aroma, Prosecco exudes an easygoing sense of fun. Flavors of white spring flowers, citrus fruits, and green apples paired with a wallet-friendly price tag place Prosecco in the right place for any celebration. Now, as the most sold sparkler in the U.S., having surpassed the 4 million case mark, it only fits that this being revered aperitivo of choice for Italians should earn its own National Day of Recognition. Some say no other beverage defines the Italian philosophy of la dolce vita, or the good life, quite like Prosecco. Prosecco's bubbles come in many forms. Spumante is the bubbliest of Proseccos, followed by Frizzante. Now, the last slide you see is La Marca 90-plus Sellers Lot and Canella, which are some of the most popular Proseccos here in the U.S., and it's most likely because of their price point, because La Marca is my favorite, and that's a great price point. Nonetheless, Ken, you got to try Proseccos. I know you think they're sweet, but you can always have them with your fruit.
Yes,
right?
That's true.
Okay.
No, I have tried them, and it is, one of the, like you said, the price point on them is phenomenal, and they're a great product, and try one if you haven't, especially summertime. It's perfect for that. Hey, speaking of summertime, we got our warm-up that is beginning today. Now, it's really just about a 3-day warm-up. And this high-pressure system is edged over a little bit towards the west. We could see a little bit of offshore breezes associated with this. Tomorrow should be the warmest day. You can see about 88 degrees or so. And then it goes right back down on Friday. And by Saturday, we're looking at least right now, some scattered clouds throughout the day. So, not too bad here. And really, you look at the temperatures over the next few days, that's especially Wednesday. That's what we should be having in August. We've had a pretty nice run of fairly cooler weather, and this won't last long either. Around Orange County and beyond today, you'll see the temperatures are up. Now, make note that the beaches, particularly Laguna Beach, should hit about 80 degrees today. That's because there's a slight offshore breeze happening. That's why you see that rise in temperature. They've been staying way down, as a matter of fact. They've been in the mid-70s at most. So the beach has been quite cool over the last, throughout the last few weeks. Now, looking around, you can see the 90s inland. Palm Springs up to 111. So again, about 3 days of this. Tomorrow should be the warmest day, and then we end up cooling right down afterwards. So not too bad. We'll be back in just a moment.
Trust the experts at Universal Carpet for all your flooring needs. Now get 50% off pet stain resistant and hyperallergenic carpet, porcelain tile, wood, laminate, and waterproof flooring, and complete kitchen and bath remodels. Plus get 5 years 0% financing, including free installation and free furniture removal. Our convenient showrooms are just minutes away in Irvine and Huntington Beach, or call 866-402-2747 for our free in-home shopping service. Universal Carpet, the low price leader for over 20 years.
Dr. Farman Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry is located right outside Gate 6 and has been keeping the village smiling for many years.
I trust Dr. Farman with all my dental procedures and all my dental work. Thank goodness I found Dr. Farman.
We have been serving the community of Laguna Woods for almost 20 years now. Come and visit us at Brilliant Smile for all your dental needs.
We are close to Gate 6, near Snooty Fox Restaurant, behind Coco's.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight, and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, Verified Best Speech Clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, the world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
The senator. Welcome back. With me right now is Stuart Spencer of Advanced Ear Care, and a lot of good things we're going to talk about today. Over the years, you know, we've seen this rapid technology in everything we do, but hearing aids have really come a long way to the point that they do more than what they're intended to do, meaning they help you with other things beyond just hearing.
Yeah, you know, it's becoming pretty remarkable. You know, when these hearables, you know, we call them, came out, you know, originally, we thought, hey, that's great. You know, I mean, just the fundamental sound quality was really just top notch, better than anything we'd had. You know, we always look for improvements in speech clarity. But, you know, now, since people have started wearing them and we've started like living into teaching people how to use the hearing aids for a lot more than just their hearing, you know, it's really kind of catching on, and the people are getting really excited about it. I mean, you know, there are so many different aspects to how we help people. You know, one of them, you know, of course, is, you know, one of the things we always hear with people that can't hear is, you know, they're at the, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, whatever.
Right.
And, you know, they're off in another room because they can't hear the conversations. They can't identify with what people are saying. They feel kind of embarrassed or almost ignorant at times because they're not responding right.
Right.
So they'd rather not have that kind of frustration. So, you know, they're kind of isolated, and that creates a sort of loneliness. You know, and I mean, loneliness is one of the biggest killers there is, right? I mean, especially for the heart, right? So with this, you know, the hearing aids monitor how active people are, you know, how many different kind of listening environments they get into, how long they're wearing their hearing aids, how much they're hearing on a daily basis, and actually gives them a score, right, for their brain activity, they call it. On the other side of that, is, I mean, whose doctor hasn't told them they need to exercise more?
Yeah.
You know, mine included, right? So, you know, these hearing systems monitor your steps you take every day and how active you are, how much you're in motion, you know, for that period of day. You know, so for instance, last week, Saturday, I went on a walk, 6 miles. You know, it's like 12,000 steps, right?
Yeah.
And so the goal on my phone is for 10,000 steps a day. There's many days I'm short of that. You know, that's like a 5-mile goal.
Right.
But, you know, it's pretty darn accurate. You know, the week before that, I went on an 8-mile hike. It was like 16,000 steps. So it really does monitor how active people are. And during the hike, it shows I'm really active. Then the other days, I'm moving around just doing regular chores and errands.
So this all
and
comes
stuff.
up on an app?
It all comes up on an app on your phone. So you can look at that and you can kind of watch, you know, what the trends are over, you know, day to day. You know, you get a whole history of it. So besides just wearing a hearing system and just hearing really better, you know, it helps a lot.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Now this one is called VIA Artificial Intelligence Hearing Systems.
That's right.
And I would imagine this is like the top of the line.
It's a top of the line kind of system. And, you know, it's the only artificial intelligence hearing system that's out there today.
Wow.
So what they keep doing is they just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. And I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're going to do this, you know? And so, you know, one of the other aspects is the fall alert.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and so if someone falls, it automatically sends out a text message to up to 3 designated contacts. And then there's like a 90-second time period, and they can respond back. And if the person that fell doesn't respond, it geotags where they're at. So the person knows where to send help, or they can go over next door, right, to a neighbor and make sure they're okay. You know, I mean, who in the audience hasn't been afraid of falling, right? I mean, that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
You know, for a lot of our, and we have a lot of patients come in and say, oh, I fell, you know, now they're with a walker or a cane or, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh, don't do that, you know, so.
That's
this is kind of a
amazing.
thing that just lives into their lifestyle.
Now the other thing is a speech translation.
Yes. So this is an amazing deal. Everybody, you know, you say, oh, you know, it has speech translation up to 27 different languages. So everybody always thinks, oh, okay, well, I can use that when I travel. You know, that's where their mind goes. But no, you know, I mean, how many languages do we have right here in Southern California? I mean, like a zillion, right? So we have a guy last week, walks in the door, and he speaks Mandarin. I mean, who does that, right?
Yeah.
You know, and he's alone, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go get my phone, and I put the translator on English to Chinese, right? So I talk to him, whoop, there comes just a whole bunch of Chinese characters, right? So he reads it, he's like, oh, okay. So I hand him the paperwork, he fills it out, you know, and so we're going through this translation process. And so when he speaks in Mandarin, I'm hearing it in English in my hearing aids.
Wow.
It's like blew my mind, right? Now I've done like the Spanish English thing. I don't know why this was any different. It's just a different language. But to see all the Chinese on the screen, it was really a lot of fun. Now, you know, it wasn't like the perfect conversation.
Right.
But, you know, we got through it all.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the hearing test, you know, he was going clear, clear. You know, you could hear so much better.
Yeah.
And so we called his daughter, and she translated everything else for us. I was like, wow. You know,
that's amazing.
I mean, that's a hearing system, right? That's not, you know, that's just an additional feature of our hearing systems that help people to hear better.
Now, let me ask you, because it's utilizing all this, how's the battery life on these?
It's hardly even touched.
Okay.
You know? The one thing that we see where battery drain does take a little bit more, here's another, you know, feature. So a lady comes in and she's wearing, you know, like our top line hearing aids. She wants these hearing aids, but she wants to be able to stream her audiobooks, right? So in her hearing aids, and she wants to watch her Netflix stuff off her laptop, her iPad, her MacBook Pro. And so we figure out how to do that, you know, with one solution for her MacBook Pro. So now she can watch Netflix without having the speaker on while her husband's in bed, you know, so he can go to sleep and she can watch her movies or programs or whatever. And with the audio thing, she could hear the audiobooks, but the car noise was too loud, right? So I went in there and programmed it so we turned her microphones off when she's listening to the audiobooks. So now she can stream the audiobooks, hear perfectly, and not be drowned out by the car noise.
Yeah.
It was like,
that's amazing.
You know? So, you know, and you know, we can do all this programming just for better hearing as well. and incredible
Wow.
hearing systems.
Now, this is obviously the top of the line.
Yes.
So it's going to be a little bit pricier than others, but there's all different price points,
There's
right?
all different price points. That's the state-of-the-art AI. Under that still comes all the hearing clarity anybody could ever ask
Yeah.
for in a lot of different models at a zillion different price points.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, you brought along a magazine. I don't know if we're going to have
Yes.
the
Oh,
picture,
this
but
is
if not,
fun.
we'll have it next
Sure.
time. But let's hold it up and let's
All right.
show the photo here of your mom.
Yep.
So this is a professional,
So-
for your profession, obviously.
Yep, so it's called the Hearing Professional. So it has a photo here. It says Legacy Member Pat Manhart, BCHIS, Profile of Hearing Industry Pioneer. So and here's my mom, right? And so, here's my sister and my mom, and then it goes on to have one of our first bosses, and of course, yours truly here. And then my mom and stepdad on a mission, and my mom getting an award here from the convention itself. But basically, just talking about she was a pioneer in the industry.
Yeah.
Women weren't really business owners back then, and this was in the late 50s. And, she jumped in, didn't know much about the business,
Yeah.
but has become really an icon in the industry. So it's just fun to see her get some recognition.
So it's really part of your legacy.
It's part of our legacy, that's for sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Really good. So if people are interested, the first thing is coming over there, and maybe they've never had a hearing aid, maybe their hearing's okay.
Yep.
To come over there and just get a hearing test, see where you're at. They might be fine. They
Yeah.
may not be.
We have people come in like that all the time. Like, hey, it just seems like it's just not
Yeah.
quite as sharp as it used to be. And I'm kind of worried about it because I hear, there's the Alzheimer's dementia connection if you
Right,
wait too
right.
long. And so we test our hearing and say, you know what? Your hearing has gone down just a little bit, but you're not a candidate for any kind of hearing help
Yeah,
right now.
because going your hearing
But now we have a
coming down
baseline.
is normal.
So we tell
right?
them, come back in a year,
Yeah.
and then we'll just screen it again. And we'll watch and see if it
Okay.
moves, and they're like, "Oh, thanks." They've got to look in their ears, they like
Mm-hmm.
that, and so it's a really easy, very simple kind of process.
Yeah, I got to get over and do that.
I know
one day.
we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Let's do a whole thing on that. I
All
think
right.
that'd be fun.
Always good to see you.
Great.
I got a cold.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to do that.
Thank you so much.
You take care, and great family legacy.
Thank you.
Really. And we saw the shot that it's all done over there. It looks nice and looking good.
Oh, everything's really improved so much. And if somebody wants to come over today, we have a special event for the next 3 days. We can do their hearing test.
All right, very good. Information's on the screen, and we'll see you in about a month.
Great. Thanks,
You
Ken.
take care. We'll
Uh-huh.
be back.
Your attention. Please take down this number. Did you know that adults with untreated hearing loss experience a 30 to 40% faster decline in cognitive abilities and are more likely to develop dementia? Those with a mild hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a history of falling. An annual hearing screening is urgent for memory care to help prevent cognitive decline and thus delay the onset of dementia. Free hearing checkups are now being offered free of charge. If you have not had an annual hearing exam, please take advantage of this free opportunity. If hearing loss is detected, hearing aids will be available to try for 10 days. Evaluations only take 30 minutes, but you must call for an appointment. Hearing screening is urgent for memory care. Please take preventive action. Call now.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Kart Mart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Cart here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods, So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
Welcome back. I'm Kiana Lee. Today we're talking to Dr. Chuck Lee of 7-Day Dental. Today's topic is teeth whitening. Doctor, what do we need to know about teeth whitening? Dad.
Oh, the whitening kit whitens teeth up to 5 shades in 10 minutes, and it's zero sensitivity.
Thank you, doctor. So come on in and get your 7-Day Dental smile.
And coming up this weekend at Westminster Mall, the Newport Harbor Orchid Society is having their wonderful Summer Exotic Plant and Orchid Show. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday up there in Westminster. Joe Rupp is with me, and this is a wonderful event. You do this every year. You usually do, what, a couple events
We do
each
one
year?
in February, and we also do one in the summer, either July or August, depending upon the schedule. But they're fun shows, and there are a lot of really interesting orchids. And this year, this summer, we have other displays as well. There's a really magnificent bonsai display that the Vietnamese put on. They're beautiful plants. Some of these are just the most creative things. And then there's an art display as well. But it isn't just an orchid show.
Now, you have orchids here today, and I know that we'll get to that one in just a minute, but this is something that's very different, very, kind of special here.
It's often called a kite orchid because it looks like a kite in flight. But these particular orchids, it's called a Masdevallia, and the type is Vechiana. It's a plant that grows up in the Andes, up in near
And I never would have guessed that.
Machu Picchu, up around 9,000 feet.
Yeah, I just, honestly, I would never guess that you'd have a type of orchid growing that way.
But,
that's amazing.
These generally follow a certain type of pattern in terms of growth. They don't like a lot of light. They like to be kept moist. They need constant air movement. So it's difficult to bloom them unless there's a lot of air movement around them. So they're not an easy plant to grow, but when they bloom, they're just magnificent.
Yeah, they are. Now, this one looks like, to me, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, but more of what I would think was an orchid.
Yeah, this is an orchid called Alalia cattleya Miss Wonderful.
Okay.
And it's really a combination or a cross between Alalia cattleya and an Alalia anceps. The anceps part, which is a species, tends to produce very long flower spikes like this.
Okay.
But they're magnificent plants, and it's fragrant, and it stays in bloom for quite some time.
Yeah, I noticed that. Even I have a few at home, and they're the kinds usually my wife would get them as a teacher, and they usually come probably from Trader Joe's and places like that. But it is amazing how long the blooms will last.
Well, I have a kind of a theory about that. I believe the longer it takes for a flower to develop, or for a plant to develop what we call a flower spike and produce blooms, the longer they stay in bloom. But like the Phalaenopsis that you're talking about, they call them a moth orchid. That particular plant stays in bloom for months at a time. But it takes months for it to develop that, to get to the point where it's in bloom.
Right. So. And it's, that's what I love about them. And, speaking of exotic plants and things like that, I have some hibiscus in my yard. And they're beautiful. They're like, all these gorgeous, they're not the standard hibiscus. But they bloom, and 3 days later, they're gone.
Yeah. I had an orchid at one time that I purchased. I waited a whole year for it to bloom, and it finally bloomed. And 3 days later, the blooms were gone. And I thought, I've waited a whole year for this. And it was such a disappointment.
Yeah. So as far as the upkeep of orchids, now, you've shown me just by these two how vastly different they are. And I guess some are good for indoor, some outdoor. Can some take direct sunlight? There's so many varieties.
Most plants don't thrive in direct sunlight because, at least in Southern California, it gets so hot. Most of them would prefer to have some kind of indirect light or dappled light, filtered light. This particular plant likes a lot of light because of the type of plant it is. This doesn't require very much at all. Most plants, pardon me?
What about heat? If you have these outdoors, let's say they're in dappled light or even part shade, especially in the afternoon, if it's 90 degrees out or 100 degrees for 2 or 3 days.
You'd want to keep it in a pretty shady area.
All right.
If you can put it in a shady area and maybe get a fan on it or put it where it's going to be breezy, it'll help an awful lot. If there is no air movement and it is hot and dry, it's going to be tough on the plant.
Okay, watering, what about that? I know mine are sitting on the window box in our kitchen.
Yeah.
And normally this time of year, once a week, I will give them a good soaking. Maybe just, pour into like a container like this, fill it with water, let it sit there for a couple hours, and then pour all the excess water out. And I do that about once a week during the summer.
It's a good idea to keep them hydrated. It's not a good idea to feed them tap water constantly without leaching the salts that accumulate out of the soil.
And I've done that before. I hold them under the tap water.
And that helps because tap water has an awful lot of salt in it. And so it accumulates in the plant, and what will typically happen is the tip of the leaf will start to turn brown, which is where the salts are accumulating. And it's
that's
not
good
healthy
to know
for the
because
plant,
often when you buy them at the store, they come like this, and you pick them up, and it's almost like a plastic cup that they're in with its perforations at the bottom. So I'm worried that if I keep a little too much water in there, that's probably not good either.
Usually those plants that you buy at Trader Joe's, for example, are potted in moss. And that moss holds an awful lot of moisture. So it takes quite a long time, especially in the wintertime, for that moss to dry up. So it's a good idea to get a sense for when the plant is on the dry side by just picking it up. If it feels light,
that's kind of what I do.
If it feels light, water it. If it doesn't, let it go a few
So what I'm
days.
doing is okay?
Oh, absolutely. It's fine.
All right,
So it
very
sounds
good.
like-
Hey, I want to remind everyone again, this is happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Westminster Mall. And each day, Friday it's at 10 to 9, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday 11 to 6. It's in the mall, so it's free parking, free to get in. And you're going to learn a lot. It's not just orchids, it's just a wonderful show.
We're also conducting potting classes.
Oh, that's good,
2 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's $6, and you get to learn how to repot an orchid, and you can take it home with you.
All right, very good. And if you go to their website, nhosinfo.org, there's also some videos there that you can watch, even how to divide certain orchids, and a lot of information.
There's some beautiful plants there, there truly are. And some of these vendors are international vendors. I think we have one from China.
Really good. Joe, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
For coming on. Beautiful flowers. And again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Westminster Mall. We'll be right back.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy. Add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Q-tie, deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
This one is going to be a challenge for me.
Everything's moving 100 miles an hour.
This is your worst nightmare. Get out! Please, bring your dish forward.
MasterChef. Wednesdays are watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Before I tell you what I'm about to tell you, let me tell you that it's very important that you listen to what I'm going to tell you. Looking good, Albert. The people have spoken. They want a man of action. Real gold? They want a leader who will stare boredom in the face and say, not on my watch. Insert me, Rob Riggle, the new mayor of Funner, California. It's not a word, it's a place. Funner!
The Red Sox are 1 out away. And the Dodgers are down to their final strike. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. And the best team in baseball wins it all.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
So, Greg, it's a lot to take in.
And I know that's hard to hear, but the doctors caught it early.
Hi, Blake.
My dad has cancer.
And I know how hard that is to hear. But you're in the right place.
And Dr. Pascal and her team, they know what to do.
They know what to do.
The doctors know what to do.
So here's the plan. First off, we're going to give you all this information.
Welcome back. I have Pat Hensley, who is here from the Square Dance Club, and she's going to tell us about some misnomers I hear about the music and also some exciting things that are coming up. Well, welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
So, okay, so before we came on air, I said the Square Dance music, but you're like, that is not the case anymore.
No, it's no more just hee-haw.
Okay.
We call it modern square dancing.
Okay.
Many different types of music from the 50s, which a lot of us at this age can relate to.
Right.
No rap, but
I can't imagine I could do a square dance to rap. Maybe you could.
Our caller is a big national caller. He has called since he was 14 years old.
Oh my.
Never had another job. We're very fortunate to have him.
Okay.
He really keeps it to be a lot of fun.
Good.
And that is our new mission statement that I gave you.
Yes.
That it's the joy of dancing is what we want to have the people do. Once it's not fun anymore,
right,
that our goal is gone.
Right.
We want you to have fun. We want you to enjoy this activity.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk a little bit about the club. You said it's one of the first clubs here.
First clubs here. It's over 50 years. They've had different names.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll go away and come back and go away and come back. Mm-hmm. When the club first started, they had over 100 advanced square dancers.
Oh.
And through the years, and even on what we call the outside of the village,
mm-hmm,
square dancing has gone down over the years.
Okay.
But we've survived,
mm-hmm,
and we have about 50 members right now.
Okay, so still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And now some of them are unfortunately not as active as they'd like to be, But like yesterday at our class, we had 6 squares, which is 48 people.
Okay.
But this was one of our get acquainted introduction to square dance. The first hour, people just came to see what it was all about.
Good.
And we had almost 7 squares, which is 56 people.
Well, that's a lot.
So,
That's good.
yes.
I mean, at least you're getting people to come and be interested. Good.
We're
I mean,
trying
there's new
to.
people
We wanna
every day.
keep it going.
Right, right. And there's new people every day that move in here, so I'm sure that
Absolutely.
They can hear it here. And then also you mentioned there's going to be an article coming up in the Globe. Tell me about that.
We have an annual summer party where we dance and we eat and we just have a great time.
Okay.
They came for that.
Okay.
The Globe, we had a reporter come, interviewed several people. They said, and took a lot of pictures. They said it would probably come out the middle of August.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure everyone knows that our beginner square dance class always starts the Monday after Labor Day. This
Okay.
year it'll be September the 9th.
Right, okay.
And we didn't want to get the article in too soon so people might forget about this when
Right.
they see it. So
Right.
you'll see a lot of pictures and is that on the screen right now?
Yeah, it is. So that you
okay.
can see it. So it says
Okay.
beginner classes on Mondays, but it
Right.
starts on September
But
9th.
this
Okay.
discovery thing is the free class. You have an opportunity one more time. The free class is August the 26th.
Okay.
This is where you can come for the first hour to see if you like this activity.
Okay.
See how different it is from what you thought a hee-haw, you know, and and it's free. And then when the class, if you decide yes, I want to take the class, in September the 9th at 1 o'clock at Clubhouse 1, your first class then will be free also.
Okay.
And then you can continue on learning new calls. So.
Okay. All right, fun. So now your logo, Village Square Dancers, dance in a square, make a circle of friends. So
Very true.
Explain to me a little bit why you chose that as your logo.
We chose it because we're like a family. People that are home and they're depressed and they need to get out. They need to get out and make friends. They need, and it's a double fold thing. You get physical activity.
Right.
You get mental stimulation. If you're home and you're depressed and you want to get out and meet people, it's the greatest activity in the village.
Right.
It really is. And if people would talk to their doctors and neurologists about what activity can I do to keep young, guess what's at the very top? Dancing. Dancing of any kind, but especially square dancing. Anytime you're using your brain to transmit down to your feet and keep going, you've accomplished 2 things. You're taking care of your physical activity and you can actually build cells in your brain. It's been proven.
Right.
So this is an activity and it's not hard. You don't need a partner. It's not like ballroom dancing. You can come just as a single.
Okay.
And we always make sure you dance.
Okay.
A lot of misconception about having a partner, not having a partner. In square dancing, you have a right-hand partner, a right-hand dancer, and a left-hand dancer.
Okay.
Not necessarily boy-girl. So we encourage a lot of the ladies. We get a lot more ladies because of the 7-to-1 thing in the village. And we'll tell some of the ladies, if you really want to dance all the time, just start out in the left-hand position.
Oh, right.
And it's it's not any different.
So you line up. You just line up. Is that how it
Well,
works?
when you square dance, get right down into it. You have 8 people in a square. Four are the left-hand dancers and 4 are the right-hand dancers.
All right.
Or boy, girl, or however you want to make it. I have danced for 30 years. I can do the boy part or the girl part. It's really no different.
Right. And you teach that in all the classes.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So at what point does it become not a beginner class? Is it after the first one or?
No, this is where it comes in a commitment.
Okay.
It takes, because of our age group, clubs on the outside will teach basic and mainstream in 9 and plus calls in 9 months.
Oh, I see.
Our people, we teach basic and mainstream, which is about 80 calls.
Okay.
But we give them a whole year to do this.
Okay.
We work continually through the summer. We never stop. We have a class every Monday.
Okay.
And then if they feel like they want to go on to the plus level, which is another 80 calls, that's up to them.
Wonderful.
Then they can do that for a whole year and continue on and on and on and on.
For 50 years. So.
For 50 years. I've done it for 30.
For a lifetime.
I've done it for 30 and love it as much as the day I started.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the information. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And remember, you can take that first class, which would be August 26th, and that will be at 1 p.m. in Clubhouse 1. And one thing that we didn't get to mention is caregivers out there, if you are obviously a caregiver, make sure that you bring the person that you're with, or you can go yourself. We'll be right back.
Having great home care is as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm Lori Renaud with Acticare Responsive In-Home Care. We can provide the perfect caregiver for you to receive exceptional care in the comfort of your home. Step 1, call to schedule a care consultation. Step 2, meet with a registered nurse in your home. Step 3, start receiving care. Aging doesn't have to be difficult. Call today to get the help you deserve.
It's not surprising that the most memorable memorials are the ones we plan ourselves. After all, who knows you better than you? So why not get a plan together and let us take care of the details? It's what we're known for.
Find out how at DignityOrangeCounty.com.
Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
In a land of hopes and dreams lived a luxury lifestyle consultant with spectacular taste. One day he thought, I'll show lottery winners how to live like a millionaire.
I'm like gonna cry. Like, this is beautiful.
Pinch me. He scoured the land looking for the home of their dreams, which he slayed. So the families could live in plenty and live fabulously ever after.
All new My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 40 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make new friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit our office at Clubhouse 4 or anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Summer is here. Diane's Hallmark has everything you need to make summer cool. From clothing to jewelry to unique one-of-a-kind gifts, Diane's Hallmark is the place to go. Diane's also has a large religious section as well. Come in today to see it all. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center next to Hobby Lobby.
Welcome back. Well, as always, she's so much fun. We have Mary Zolli here from the Theater Guild, and her guest today is Charlie Huntsman, who is here to talk about the new play coming up, which is Silent Water, Night Watch. Night Watch. Okay, it sounds kind of scary, but we'll get to that in just a bit. So, Mary, tell me a little bit about the meeting that's coming up in September.
September 19th. A few months ago, Barbara Torino was on this very show, and she told us about this monologue that she wanted people to write.
Right.
She talked about her acting experience and how, you know, it was difficult for her to feel vulnerable. So writing this monologue about a significant event in her life is what improved her acting.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing with the members who've volunteered to write about their life.
Okay.
So right now, people are sending in their monologues, and then we're sending them to her.
Okay.
So I get to read their first draft, and I get to see the feedback that she gives them to bring out this emotional vulnerability.
All right.
And she's just very good, and I'm really looking forward to the meeting and hearing people's stories.
So they're going to be reading the final product at the meeting, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
they are going to have a few rehearsals though.
Okay.
They're not going to be glued to the paper.
Yes.
They're going to be talking to us.
Okay, so sort of an, like you said, an acting monologue type thing.
Yes.
Okay, fine. And that's going to be September 19th. And what time is that usually at?
At 6:30, the doors open, and we have great refreshments by Carla.
Excellent. All right, perfect. Now, going into Night Watch. Tell me a little bit about Night Watch. And
You want me to tell you about Night Watch?
Sure, you go ahead. We'll leave the actress alone for a few minutes.
Well, thanks
and then
a
you
lot.
tell us.
Everybody knows I'm no actor. This is a great play, and the trick of it is to watch it at least twice, because the first time through you're just kind of following along and listening to these characters and doing what they're doing, but you're not really locking into them until the end, because there's a great twist at the end. It's very exciting, and so I always recommend anyone who watches this or reads it that you do it twice, so you get a much better feel for the characters the second time.
I see.
Now I'm lucky that I get a very small part of an angry delicatessen owner.
Oh.
So I just get to make the big entrance, steal the scene, and go on my merry way
I think
afterwards.
you kind of like that, don't you? I think I can kind of tell you sort of like that, huh?
Just a perfect part for
So
me.
good in rehearsal yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my gosh.
Just like he says, stole the show, didn't he?
He did.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
That little part.
I don't think I'd want to be in a scene with him.
No. The other part I got to kiss a girl.
Whoa.
So
wow.
That's very exciting. I don't get to do that this time.
I bet. Now, what about your part?
My part is so fun because I get to do such a range of things. I get to cry, I get to be seductive, I get to be mad, I get to be hysterical and crazy, strategic. Oh my gosh, it's got everything.
Okay.
And I'm having a blast.
Give me an overview of what it is about. Like, what is the main premise of the play?
You
can't tell too much about that, but I'm this woman who has my best friend living in the house with me and my husband.
Okay.
And
not such a good idea.
Nah.
Is this a scary play, or is it?
It's pretty scary.
It is scary. Okay, so there's a lot of anticipation in it.
Lots of death.
Lots of death. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You dare show something like that here. What are you thinking? Do they come back as ghosts? I kind of hope so.
No, well, we can always write that in.
Would you? Okay, I think that might be more fun. Do you have some reincarnation of some sort?
Hey, there you go. That could be part 2.
Well, there you go.
The
There you
sequel.
go. So when is the play? It's going to be when?
September 27th and 28th in the evening at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Or Sunday matinee at 2 p.m.
All right, and the tickets are on sale now?
Yes, and to get good seats, you should go now, because this is going to be a very popular play because people like mysteries.
Right.
They like murder and mayhem and trying to figure out clues.
Right.
So.
And it's where? It's going to be at
the big main stage of the Performing Arts Center.
All right, perfect.
But here's a really cool thing. If you buy your ticket on Friday or Saturday, you can bring it back another day and see the show again.
Oh, okay.
We're doing that because we know that everybody's not going to get all the clues
Right.
at the beginning.
Okay.
And after they already know the ending, they can go back and put the puzzle pieces together.
Oh, that's
So you see it
smart.
twice.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They said, yeah.
So nice. All right. Well, very good. Anything else you'd like to tell us about the play?
Well, Jeannie Sander's really doing a good job.
She's our director.
Okay.
And her main, well, she's good on telling you how to be with your character. We have a fabulous cast.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we have top actors. Everybody's very unique.
Right
in their
here in
character.
our studio too, we have the top actors right here.
This
There's
is
no
it.
shame. He has no
No,
shame.
none whatsoever.
Self-promoting, aren't you? All right. Well, it sounds exciting. The Night Watch play is going to be September 27th through the 29th,
Right.
and you can get your tickets now. So definitely jump on that. And as you mentioned, if you buy one of the nights, Friday or Saturday, you could go back on Sunday, or you could go back
on Saturday
Sunday.
night.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you both so much. Good
Thanks
luck.
for having
you,
us.
Lisa.
You're
It's really
welcome.
been a pleasure.
And remember that that will be September 27th through the 29th. And make sure you get your tickets, because
Yeah.
they say it's really good and lots of death. We'll be right back after this.
Number one choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
Number one for you.
Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialists today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
I had been with another hospice for my husband, Ed. After about 2 months, I thought, they're not doing much for me. So I went to the computer and brought up the list of hospices, and there was OC. Their response was immediate. They did everything. They had all their ducks in the row, and that's what I was looking for. It was comforting till the very end, and then at the very end, the last 3 days, you know, it was continuous care, and nobody ever left him.
All right, our movies for Friday and Monday. Friday is Miss Bala, and that is at 2 and 7 p.m., and that stars Gina Rodriguez. And it is about a woman named Gloria who finds a power she never knew she had when she is drawn into a dangerous world of cross-border crime. Surviving will require all of her cunning, inventiveness, and strength. And evidently this is based on a Spanish language film. And again, as I mentioned, Gina Rodriguez is the star. Thomas Dekker and Vivian Chan is in that, or in this, and it's action, crime, and drama. And again, that'll be on Friday at 2 and 7 p.m., and that's called Miss Bala. And then on Monday, I was just telling some of our folks here that it was very funny. It's called Life of the Party with Melissa McCarthy. So of course it's going to be hysterical. And it's really hysterical because it gives life the old college try. And basically, when her husband suddenly dumps her, longtime dedicated housewife Deanna turns regret into reset by going back to college with her daughter. So landing in the same classes and schools as her daughter, who is not entirely sold on the idea, but as you begin to watch the movie, you can see how much fun she has And there are so many hysterical moments in this film. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So again, that's Monday, August 19th, and that is 2 and 6 p.m. We have a couple of announcements. The Laguna Woods Christian Women's Connection at their third Tuesday of the month meeting, August 20th, at 11:45 to 1:30, they are going to have an Island Breezes buffet luncheon. A special feature will be Linda Merritt. She is the program director and the hula teacher. So you guys are going to learn a little hula dancing. And then the guest speaker is Melody Schumit, who is the Holy Gym fire survivor, narrowly escaped death from an arsonist set fire, yet she found beauty among the ashes. The reservations are essential, and it's $14 to go to that luncheon. So please call Joe Henridan at 949-939-2431 or 949-454-0302. And then we also have one other announcement, which Adapt to It is celebrating 17 years in business, and they are going to be having that fun little celebration August 15th, and it will be from 4 to 7 p.m. And I know they're going to have giveaways and snacks and fun stuff, so make sure you make it to that. All right, let's take a look at our weather one more time today. Looks like our fog is burning off already, so we look like we're going to be warm today, 84-64, tomorrow 88-65, sunny and warm on Thursday, 85-64, and then cooling down for the weekend, 80-62, and then cooler scattered clouds, 78-61. And then around town, as Ken mentioned, Palm Springs will be 111, North OC 87, Beaches 80, so it should be very pleasant down there, San Diego 84. So looks really good for our weather. And then remember, tomorrow we'll be back. We're going to have the Emeritus Institute on. We're going to have Auto Nation, Toyota Irvine, the Senior Center, and then we're going to talk to you about the Aquadettes. So make sure you stay tuned tomorrow. And don't forget that at 9:30, the United meeting will be played right after our program. Have a great day in the Village, and we'll see you tomorrow.